husband had Parkinson's disease, E.K. Poe, and he was in a wheelchair, and he couldn't talk or walk or see, but he could hear. And so I turned on a 60 Minutes show. One of the vignettes was about El Sistema around the world. And when it finished, I said, wouldn't it be nice if we had something like that in Durham? And he whispered, because he couldn't talk. He said, Lucia, why don't you do it? Well, I was 77 years old at the time, and I thought, oh, yeah. But you know, the next morning, you know how the good old country tent preacher thumps his Bible and just says, and the Lord will provide. Well, the next morning I opened the Herald-Sun, the Durham paper, and it said that the Duke Brain Science Department was going to have a brain science conference with brain scientists from Harvard, Yale, Stanford, McGill in Canada. And the main speaker was Dr. Oliver Sacks, who wrote the book, Music and the Brain. And so I called him up and I said, well, obviously I'm not a student, but could I come to your conference? They said, Lucia, for $50, we'll let you in. And there was Dr. Sacks, the main speaker, known all of the movies, all films about his studies, about how music affects it. Music, math, and science all on the same side of the brain. Above his head was this big screen. It was a human brain. When classical music is being played, little sections of the brain would start shaking and changing color. And Dr. Sacks said, ladies and gentlemen, you're observing new synapses being formed across the left brain, the right brain. I was hooked. And so I got some people together in Durham, and the school system said, we have no money, we can't help you. But if you can get this started and hire your own teachers and buy your own instruments and your own insurance to insure the children, insure the teachers, you know, etc., then you can use our music classrooms after school. I mean, it's been sort of a miracle. These are children, well, 80% have no father figures. So the mothers work several jobs, nobody read to them at 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. But you give them Suzuki violin lessons at 4 and 5, 6 years old, stimulates that math. Well, music is math. It's a string of 1/8 notes, quarter notes, 16th notes strung together in a neat design. You play it on strings. There's one named Marcus that plays the cello. And when he's on that stage, they played at Duke and then sang with the Duke Chapel Choir. And they did not look out at the audience. They concentrated. They watched the director and their music and their instrument. They were totally involved, totally engrossed. And to sit there and watch these children, I'd rather do that than eat chocolate pie.